walking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like man clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty and a whole lot of vagina. Eat a pizza with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube, make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I gotta get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move, make a move.
Started. Please don't get me started. Started. Please don't get me.
What up, y'all? Slade Almighty, aka the global dark skinny ambassador, with another Rikers Island story, giving y'all some more updates from what's going on currently online with Rikers Island, all right? And this comes from the New York Post. This article is called 4 Rikers Island guards charged over delayed response to inmates attempted suicide. Without further ado, let's go. 4 Rikers Island guards, including 1 captain, were indicted Monday for allegedly waiting nearly 8 minutes to help an inmate who attempted to hang himself almost 3 years ago, prosecutors said. Department of Correction Captain Terry Henry and the officers Daniel Fullerton, Kenneth Hood, and Mark Wilson were arraigned in Bronx Criminal Court Monday on charges of reckless endangerment and official misconduct Monday in connection with the 2019 jail incident. Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark said in a statement the officers ignored their duty after allegedly waiting nearly 8 minutes until they rendered assistance to the inmate whom they saw hanging. On the night of November 27, 2019, Nicholas Feliciano, then 18, stood on a privacy partition, crouched down, and then stepped off the partition with the sweatshirts around his neck. His body shook and twisted for about 2 minutes until it went still, authorities said. Over the course of 7 minutes and 51 seconds, DLC staff and other personnel can be seen on surveillance taking no action, even as they walked by Feliciano, according to an investigation by the city's Department of Investigation and Bronx District Attorney's Public Integrity Unit. Fullerton, 27, Hood, 35, and Wilson, 46, were on post at the time of the incident, and Henry, 37, was supervising, prosecutors said. Henry and Fullerton, as well as another correction officer, finally cut down Feliciano, whose body was limp on the ground, prosecutors said. Officers then began CPR and called for medical help. Feliciano, who was taken into custody prior to the 2019 incident for violating parole, is in a rehabilitation center. His family filed a lawsuit again against the city in 2020. The New York Times reported Monday, Fullerton and Wilson resigned from DOC in February and Hood was expected to be suspended. Henry, the captain, was expected to return to work on modified duty, the corrections department said, according to Times. The officers were previously suspended for 30 days without pay before returning to work. All the officers are due back in court September the 15th. Okay, my opinion on the situation. All these officers deserve what they get, okay? All these officers deserve what they get. They showed a clear disregard for human life. And the reason why they showed a clear disregard for human life, because that's just the mind state of the average officer, okay? They come into this and have a supremacist mind state, a warped mind state that leads them to just view an inmate as a lesser individual, less than human. In most cases, they view an inmate as someone who does not deserve respect, someone who should be looked over, okay? A couple minutes or seconds, right, longer, this person would have literally been dead, and then it would have been an even worse situation, okay? This is terrible. This is terrible, and this is because there's a culture in Rikers Island where people who want attention, people who just want to give the COs a hard time, a lot of inmates have this thing saying, I'm going to hang it up, where, you know, they make believe they're going to end their own lives. And a lot of the time it's fake. These people just want to leave their cell because they've been on lockdown for quite some time. They want the opportunity to walk the corridor. They want the opportunity to get some fresh air. Or they just, sometimes somebody be on lockdown and they know that once lockdown is over, they're going to get stabbed. They're going to get jumped. They're going to go through whatever situation. So they take advantage of their opportunity while they're on lockdown, and they say that they're having mental health issues. And they say they're going to, quote unquote, hang it up, because that's what it's called. You know, we're going to hang it up. I'm going to hang it up. And this happens so much that COs get annoyed with it. Mostly because they don't want to do paperwork. This is why so many fights go on, and after every single fight, the inmate is supposed to be moved to another house. But this is why many fights go on, nobody gets moved, because the officers know about most of these events, but they don't want to do the paperwork, okay? They get paid. Most COs on Rikers Island are getting paid to do the bare minimum or less than minimum of their job that it requires, you know? Only situations that could get blown up and reach the attention of their superiors are situations that they choose to involve themselves. And even if they choose to take it seriously, they don't take it seriously until the very, very, very last minute, where they definitely have to take it seriously. That's just how they are, period. They have a total disregard for human life, and they almost let this young Hispanic brother die. Period, man. They get whatever they deserve, and whatever they deserve and whatever they get is going to be less than what they really deserve, because they're still officers. So we know what's going to happen. It's going to be probation, little things like that, reassignments, little things like that. You feel me? Still unjust. But hey, this is America, right? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.